Bitcoin is looking so bullish right now, guys. Today we are seeing the Bitcoin exchange reserve take another leg down. This essentially means people are moving their Bitcoin off the exchanges into hardware wallets and stuff like that. So they're not going to be trading, which is a very, very bullish sign for Bitcoin. And also we've got the exchange whale ratio coming down to a new low from this week as well, which is obviously very good. The whales are moving their money as well off the exchanges, which is a bullish sign again for crypto. So this is very interesting because I'm using these two figures right now, the exchange whale ratio and also the exchange reserve, because these areas, if we come down and test this level of support here and we actually get a big rise, a big bounce from here, then it is going to mean a bit of a sell-off for Bitcoin, okay? What does that mean on the chart for where we are? Let's jump to the Bitcoin chart on the... Let's start with the short term, and let's touch on the trade that we were discussing in yesterday's video, guys, and how that played out and how much, well, not how much we made, but in terms of percentages, how did we get on, okay? We were talking about a falling parallel channel coming through from here, guys. Falling parallel channels, they tend to usually break up to the top side, like we said yesterday. We were waiting for that ideal, perfect candle body close outside of this level of support here. We got it. We got in on the hourly. It was very, very clean. It was very, very nice. We had our first take profit at around 37,365. As you can see, very strong level of resistance here in terms of a horizontal area. So we were looking for our first take profit there. We came up, we smashed it, and then we just rallied up to the completion of this measure move here, guys. Okay, really, really, really strong stuff here for Bitcoin, and that's essentially exactly what we were looking for, and it played out perfectly. Now, let's talk about where we are now for the short-term time frame and what we could actually be expecting over the next few days or so, or maybe even the next day or so, okay? So if you're seeing this on a bit more of a broader scale, let's jump to the 4 hour so it's a bit more visually appealing for you guys. What can you see here in terms of a chart pattern? You can see it's an ascending triangle, guys. We've got levels of support on the lower side here, levels of support being tested, an upward sloping trend line coming through. Didn't quite get the test we wanted here, but it's still valid for that level of support holding out, and from there we absolutely banged it up. In terms of resistance, guys, these are the areas that we're looking at. These are the areas, these are the filthy, disgusting resistance areas that we're looking for. But an ascending triangle, guys, they tend to usually break to the upside, so that's why these resistance areas are very important. Now, where are we on the chart right now, and how can this line up for a potential position for us to get involved with? Okay, this is very, very interesting stuff, guys, because you can see we've tested this to the top side. When we had the big pump yesterday, we did see us come to the top side and break to the upside here really violently. This happened before, and we saw resistance coming through from this area. So what does that create? It creates this weak high area, and it creates a trap zone, okay? So essentially, this is a no trade zone for us here, or it's a trade zone for an area if we want to go for a simple 1% or something along the lines of that, only if other indicators and our other strategies are telling us to do so. So what can we expect from this potential chart pattern and this move to the upside if we're going to have continuation for this bullish momentum? What I'm looking for here, the measure move that we're going to be doing is something along the lines of this. People sometimes do measure moves like this, going from this trend line all the way down like so. And for me, it's... and then they drag it and put it like this. For me, that's just really, really far too greedy, going for 42,000. So I don't do that. I do a smaller measure move, a less greedy measure move, more likely to play out, safer trade. The safer you trade, guys, the more money you're going to make. It's as simple as that. So in terms of percentages, we're looking at around a 6.48% move for Bitcoin to the upside here. Is this going to absolutely propel up to the moon and smash it all the way up to 40,500? Probably not, guys. We're probably going to see some pullbacks. We're probably going to see some corrections along the way. I mean, we've been trending up for a very long time now, so we need to have a significant pullback coming through very soon indeed. In terms of a position, guys, what I want to see here for Bitcoin is a lovely, lovely bump up to the upside. Whether we consolidate along this trend line, I might be looking for a little scalp up to this trap zone top area of resistance worth around 1%. Haven't decided on that yet, depending on what we can see. And then from there, I'm going to be looking for a lovely, lovely move all the way up around 5% there. Obviously, I'm going to be staggering my take profits along the way as we go. We haven't got that much data to see where the levels of support and resistance are at the moment. So what we're going to do, we're going to fly back in history to areas where we have seen this before, and we have got very strong areas here. So you can see this change of character, this change of direction here that we do have on this area from previous price action. We're going to bang that in as a level of support. You can see support, you can see support, you can see support, and you can see that resistance coming through there as well. So that's definitely going to be an area to be looking out for there. That is currently below the price of Bitcoin right now, 37,500. So we can't really use that, but we can use it as a potential stop loss area for us to take into consideration. So we're just going to bang a load more in here, guys, and basically be using these to our advantage when we do get into that long position. Okay, I'm not really sure how big that position is going to be right now. There we go. Yeah, I mean, look at that. Lined up absolutely perfectly. That couldn't have gone more perfect. Really, really good stuff. So you can see these take profits coming through. We got first take profit, second take profit, third take profit, fourth take profit for the completion of the measure move. What do we do when we hit our first take profit, guys? You guessed it, we take our stop loss, which will probably be somewhere down this area, because we did just see that. I probably would put it below this low, below this like higher low here. I don't think we broke that high, so this high low isn't actually confirmed in terms of market structure. So I'd say this is the most recent micro higher low here, but this is going to be an area of support that we can be looking out for there. So in terms of a stop loss, guys, I'd be looking for something around 36.5, 36.4, that sort of area there, and then we can be looking at a very clean sort of one-to-one position depending on where we get in here, guys, for this trade. And you can see it will run up something like, God, straight perfect one-to-one as well. Really, really nice lining up today, just off the bat. Really, really good stuff. So yeah, that's essentially what we're looking for here for Bitcoin. Yeah, that's we got the take profits, we got the stop loss looking really, really good. In terms of volume weighted ATR bands, guys, very, very important stuff coming through from here. You can see that we do have a bit of a mess. Okay, we do have a bit of a mess, so we are going to be jumping forward to the midterm time frame and looking where those bad boys are as well, because the midterm is the same chart pattern. Okay, we do have the same chart pattern, not quite drawn in, just for your guys' sake to see. It is something along the lines of this. So now we're going to be looking at the volume weighted ATR bands coming through. You can see we do a volume weighted ATR band at the 4 hour. That's currently at 39,200, and then the volume weighted ATR band on the 1 hour for resistance there. You can see this plays out very, very good as well. So we're going to be using that as a take profit at 38,677, 38,008 there. So we're probably going to see a bit of rejection, so we're going to move that down to 38.6, and what do you know, it's a bit too close to our entry there, so we're probably going to be moving that up, and then we won't be getting in until we clear the volume weighted ATR band. Simple as that, guys. And then 4 hour is 39,200, 39,450 there, something along the lines of this. And again, getting closer and closer, so that's going to be a first take profit depending on the volume weighted ATR band of whether we clear that and where that is when we break, guys, because these guys are going to be continuously going up because we are looking bullish right now. So we could see these guys go up to 38, 39, and then obviously these take profits are going to be shifted and moved again. So that's absolutely fine for us to be doing that, guys. Yeah, it's looking like a really, really clean position like we did see yesterday. Really, really nice stuff. Moving on to the longer term time frame here for Bitcoin, guys. Looking really, 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 really bullish right now, okay? It's looking really, really good. We didn't quite break the high that we set around 4 or 5 days ago on the 24th of Friday. We were like, I think we were $20 away. It was so close. We probably might have broke it on a few different exchanges, but I'm on Bitstamp right now because you get a nice amount of data on Bitstamp. You can see we've got 38,440 there, and we only got 38,420 there. So there's a $20 gap before we broke that high. So this is still the higher high, guys. So this it does mean that we're still very, very bullish. It's looking really, really good here. And in terms of the bull market barrier, guys, we are climbing. We're getting further and further away from it, which is a really, really, really good sign. Just jumping back to the midterm quickly again, guys, because this area, this short position, that was wrong. This short position, that was wrong again. This short position that I'm looking for is, let me just get rid of all these. This short position that I'm looking for, again, is the same that we've been talking about all week. When we were on stream on Monday, Monday's summary, guys, it was something along the lines of this. If we see a significant pullback for Bitcoin, I'm looking for the break of the volume weighted ATR on the daily, and then we're going to be shorting this bad boy coming down. These are going to be the take profits for you to look at on your chart. And that is the position I'm looking at for Bitcoin. But back to the macro for a second, guys. We are due a pullback at some point. Daily volume weighted ATR band is going to be a very nice bounce point for us to probably get a nice little 3 or 4 5% trade there. And that's going to be worth, I'm not sure how much that's going to be worth. But in terms of the price right now, we're currently sat around 34,800. We will bounce on that, guys. it's pretty much set in stone. We will bounce on that. Whether it's going to be a 5% bounce, a 10% bounce, who knows? But we will get a bounce. Okay, that's going to be a very clean long position. Hopefully, it lines up with the volume weighted ATR band. The top side of the bull market barrier here, and then we can basically bounce from this point in terms of support. That's going to be very, very juicy for a move. That's around 35,700. In terms of actual levels, guys, support levels to be looking out for there for these for the bull market barrier right now, we're talking around 33,600 and also 35,700, 800. These are areas to be looking out for there. In terms of market structure, guys, the most recent higher low confirmed is all the way back down at 25K, so not really that great for Bitcoin there, but I can see us probably bouncing way before then. As I was saying, we got the daily volume weighted ATR band. It's still looking bullish across the board. We thought we were going to have a bit of a pullback, but we haven't. I'd start to get worried when we lose the volume weighted ATR on the daily. That'll probably mean we'll crash all the way down to 33, that sort of area. And then if we lose 33, I probably would say at least coming down to 30, coming down to 28, those sorts of areas. And remember, guys, I don't have the stock and flow chart up today, but we're getting ever so close to that halving, around 142 days away now to the halving. And we know from the halving there's a lot of bullish momentum, but up until that point, it can be sideways. We can have pullbacks. So it's going to be very dependent on whether these ETFs are going to get past. If they are going to get past, obviously we're going to see a lot of bullish momentum coming through, but there will be pullbacks, there will be sideways action, and there will be a lot of money to be made using that. So we're not just going to keep going up forever, guys. So please don't get greedy. Remember, patience is key here. We're just about to enter the really, really juicy time for crypto with this halving and the amazing bull run coming through, and we're going to make tons of cash together. So just be patient. It will happen. We are going to keep creating market structure. And again, guys, coming down to 25K is still absolutely fine for Bitcoin, right? It's still bullish, okay? So moving on to crypto bubbles, let's look at the altcoins today. Again, Lunacy and FTT doing a madness. They are up nearly 20% for Lunacy again, and 15.8% as well for FTT. I mean, I can't be that annoyed, right? A lot of people lost money with these coins because obviously they were the black swan events of of last year, and yeah, so pretty brutal stuff there for FTT and Lunacy, but we are seeing them come back. So people who do actually have a lot of wealth in them, they might be getting a bit of that back, which is great to see. But yeah, it still does baffle me why they are pumping. There's a few rumors going around, but you can see the FOMO coming through. And overall, guys, altcoin market today looking very, very bullish. Obviously, Bitcoin dominance is up as well. Don't have that chart up today, but Bitcoin dominance is up as well. So that's obviously why we are seeing, because Bitcoin has pumped. So this is why we're seeing Bitcoin dominate the altcoins and bring them up with it. Okay, Hex up around 11%. Absolutely crazy stuff. Not a fan of Hex, but up, doing well. Rune 13%. I do like Rune. Very good stuff. Doge 4%. AVAX 3.6%. Moving on to the Fear and Greed Index, guys. Fear and Greed Index up at around 72. Not surprised there from yesterday at around 68. This is primarily due to Bitcoin smashing it to the goddamn moon and us coming up to 38.5-ish. Again, really, really nice stuff there for Bitcoin. That's going to be it from me, guys. Thank you ever so much for watching. I will be back tomorrow with another Bitcoin update, and I'm just about to start producing short-form content on Instagram, TikTok, and X, if you will. Which is Twitter. So yeah, make sure you drop a follow on those platforms. Link is in the description, guys, and you'll see a lot more content from me on a daily basis. Really, really good stuff. But yeah, that's gonna be it from me, guys. Thank you ever so much for watching. Oh, and shout out to the guys in the CC gang in the Telegram. If you want to join the Telegram, link is in the description. Amazing stuff there. Really, really good, really good community, and I'm also posting a lot of trades in there as well. But that's gonna be it from me, guys. Thank you ever so much for watching. Peace out, and goodbye from me, Crypto Chester.